Greetings, fellow classic TV fans! Gilligan's Island had a 3-season run from 1964 to 67. Its theme song is one of the most recognizable ever, but did you know there were actually 3 different versions of it? A completely different calypso-style piece was written by the future Oscar-winning composer John Williams and exists only on the unaired pilot. The show's creator, Sherwood Schwartz, actually sings this one, which introduces the skipper, Gilligan, and Mr. and Mrs. Millionaire. It also includes a schoolteacher and 2 secretaries, later referring to them as the other tourists. Just before the first season, Schwartz and composer George Weil wrote a new theme titled The Ballad of Gilligan's Isle. It was sung by the vocal group The Wellingtons, who later appeared on the show as the rock group The Mosquitoes. This theme added a movie star, but only referred to the professor played by Russell Johnson and Mary Ann played by Dawn Wells as the rest. This ruffled some feathers, including those of the show's main star, Bob Denver. Bob went to bat for his castaway castmates by insisting that the intro be re-edited for seasons 2 and 3, and that the professor and Mary Ann be added to the theme. The studio resisted, but because he had contractual billing rights, Denver threatened to require his character to be put up last. Well, they gave in, and thus the entire cast was now included in the classic and beloved theme. Greetings, fellow classic TV fans! Although he won 2 Emmys for his role on Hogan's Heroes, Werner Klemperer only agreed to play the part of Colonel Klink once he was assured that the character was for the most part incompetent. Reportedly, this was a moral stance for him. He and his Jewish family had to flee their homeland of what would soon become Nazi Germany. They immigrated to the U.S., and later Werner served in the U.S. Army during World War II. Actors John Banner, who played the lovable Sergeant Schultz,
I see nothing, I know nothing,
and Leon Askin, who played the fearsome General Burkhalter,
I never knew you were so ruthless,
were both Jewish-born Austrians. Fortunately, prior to the war, they immigrated to the U.S. as well. During World War II, Bannon served in the Air Force and Askin in the United States Army Air Force. So besides the shared history, these 3 actors had a couple other things in common. They got to play the German bad guys on Hogan's Heroes. Well, Schultz wasn't so bad. And in real life, their wartime service for the American Armed Forces during World War II made them the real heroes. Greetings, fellow classic TV fans! Another TV crush I had was on Dawn Wells. On Gilligan's Island, her girl-next-door character of Mary Ann Summers won many hearts. Wells got her start representing her home state of Nevada in the 1960 Miss America pageant. And soon after, she headed to Hollywood. And in just a few weeks, she landed her first role on ABC's drama, The Roaring Twenties. Dawn then appeared in classic TV shows like 77 Sunset Strip, Surfside 6, and Hawaiian Eye. Also in westerns like Maverick, Bonanza, and The Wild Wild West. In 1964, Dawn began her 98-episode portrayal as Mary Ann on Gilligan's Island. Her wholesome yet gorgeous character was often considered one of the most popular elements of the show. After Gilligan, Dawn continued in her film work. She also performed in at least 100 stage productions. The iconic Dawn Wells will forever be a fan favorite, as well as one of my TV crushes. After all, TV Guide did rank her in its top 50 sexiest stars of all time. Greetings, fellow classic TV fans! Most of us remember Ivan Dixon as Kinch, the smart communications expert on the sitcom classic Hogan's Heroes. But did you know that he went on to direct some of our favorite classic shows? Honing his acting skills on Broadway in the late 1950s, Ivan began to steadily earn television and film roles during the early 60s. He appeared in shows like Have Gun Will Travel, Laramie, Perry Mason, The Outer Limits, The Fugitive, The Twilight Zone, and more. Then, in 1965, Dixon was cast on Hogan's Heroes. This gave him the distinction of being one of only 3 male African-American actors with recurring TV roles in the 1960s. The others were Greg Morris from Mission Impossible and Bill Cosby on I Spy. During the show's run, he earned an Emmy nomination for his performance in the CBS TV movie The Final War of Ollie Winter. Reportedly, over time, Dixon grew increasingly dissatisfied with Kinch's dwindling amount of lines, so prior to Hogan's Heroes' final season, he left the show. By 1970, he displayed a new talent, beginning a 20-year run as a successful director. His credits included multiple episodes of Magnum P.I., The Rockford Files, The Waltons, and The Greatest American Hero. Add to that episodes of Quantum Leap, In the Heat of the Night, Starsky and Hutch, The A-Team, and the list goes on. Throughout his career, he was an outspoken advocate for more minority opportunities and racial diversity within the industry. This, along with Ivan Dixon's legacy of acting and directorial contributions, helped him earn multiple NAACP Image Awards, as well as an induction into the Black Filmmakers Hall of Fame. Greetings, fellow classic TV fans. You know, sometimes I wonder if the professor really wanted to get rescued from Gilligan's Island. I mean, think about all those great innovations he came up with while they were there. Using natural resources from the island, he came up with a Geiger counter and a lie detector, but he couldn't fix the boat. He also created a telegraph and a battery charger, but he couldn't fix the boat. He also made a hot air balloon and a washing machine, but he couldn't fix the boat. It's true, I'm wondering if he wanted to leave, because otherwise he'd have to fix the boat. Greetings, fellow classic TV fans. Robert Clary is best known as one of classic television's Hogan's heroes. Amazingly, during World War II, the Jewish Frenchman spent 3 years in a Nazi concentration camp. Robert claimed that although most of his family perished, he most likely survived due to his abilities to entertain through song and dance. After he was liberated, his talents brought him popularity as a vocal recording artist in France and later in America. In the mid-50s, Robert got his first television break on the Colgate Comedy Hour. He had also appeared in Broadway musicals such as New Faces, as well as the feature film The Thief of Damascus. And in 1965, Clary was offered his role as Corporal Louis LeBeau on a new CBS sitcom called Hogan's Heroes. That iconic show made 168 episodes for a 6-season run. Continuing his career with more film and TV work, he also made the rounds on some of the daytime soap operas such as The Young and the Restless, Days of Our Lives, and The Bold and the Beautiful. Recently, Robert Clary celebrated his 93rd birthday, giving him the distinction of being the longest surviving Hogan's Heroes cast member. And given his past, he is a true survivor indeed.